At the mood. Hope you like it.
Stadia is not the Netflix of gaming, and that's okay. A lot of people were very disappointed when Stadia came out and told everyone that you needed to buy your games much like you do today. And while the idea of a service that you pay monthly and have access to a massive library of games sounds good, it just isn't feasible. At least not in the sense that Netflix currently exists today. And even then, Netflix has proven that it's not feasible for it to do so either. You're already seeing competition like Disney Plus rear its head, and they've always had to deal with other companies like Hulu. And don't get me wrong, that's not to say this type of service won't be coming to the gaming side of consumerism either, because it's already there. Things like EA Access and EA Access Premier have been ongoing for a while, so has Xbox Game Pass. Not only that, but Google Stadia has already announced that they will be supporting Uplay Plus come early 2020. But as you can imagine, there's gonna be a ton more subscriptions for you to make when it comes to gaming. If you really want to be able to play every new big release on a subscription service, you're gonna need multiple subscriptions. You're going to need EA Access Premier. You're going to need Uplay Plus. You're going to need things like Xbox Game Pass or PlayStation Now. And let's say you were to subscribe to those yearly, that's over $529 in just 4 services. And that won't even include games like Resident Evil or Devil May Cry. It won't include games like Overwatch or Call of Duty. That doesn't even include the price of Stadia Pro membership, Xbox Live, or PlayStation Plus. There really is too much money to be made in the video game industry for big publishers to think that they need to partner up to release one big Netflix-like service. And I really doubt that these 4 companies are going to be the last ones to try and make this sort of service. I can totally see Activision Blizzard joining them. But what does this mean for Stadia? Well, it means that you will have the option of having a good catalog of games just streamable at a monthly price. The caveat being that you're not going to be able to play every single game on release. You're going to have to deal with one publisher at a time, or accept the fact that you're going to be paying quite a lot to subscribe to most of their services. That being said, my ideal scenario is that Google follows Xbox Game Pass's model. They have a fantastic model right now, and while the library isn't insanely huge, it has a lot of quality titles to play. Not only that, but it includes every Xbox first-party title on launch day, and if Google can pull something like that off, it would be amazing. Hell, they should even copy the Ultimate Game Pass and include Stadia Pro in one subscription price with the catalog of their games. I also really want to point out that I'm not upset with these subscription models existing. In fact, they make me very happy. I think a lot of people get it stuck in their head that they have to subscribe for the yearly price, and that's all everyone talks about. But as long as you're willing to put in the extra clicks it takes to cancel a subscription as soon as you pay for a month, it's pretty damn good. I mean, there's tons of single player games that I purchase, beat, and then never touch again. And in those cases, yeah, you can bet that I'll be subscribing for that month, beating it, and then canceling my subscription. And if you start seeing it that way, it's actually a hell of a lot cheaper to do so than actually buy every single game. And when it comes to a service like Stadia, why wouldn't you do so? You don't necessarily have huge ownership of your game anyways, so why not just pay for the subscription, play it, and then be done with? I would say every year I probably buy 4 to 5 big AAA titles on launch, and that's costing around $300 a year. Now with that said, some games are single player, some of them I can beat within a matter of weeks. So paying $60 on launch day really doesn't make any sense, especially when there's an option to pay $14.99 for a month. I can already tell you that I plan on picking up Uplay Plus just to play Watch Dogs on launch, beat it, and then never touch it. And with EA also being one of the publishers supporting Stadia, which is a little weird because we haven't seen anything from them yet, I guarantee you that EA Access is on its way too. And you can bet that I'll subscribe to EA Access when I want to play the new Need for Speed, beat it, and then cancel my subscription yet again. What's normally costing me around $120 every year is now going to cost me $30 at most. And if I really want to play it again later down the road, I'll just pay for another month and play everything else on the service. Probably once all the DLC has been released for a single player game, I can see myself resubscribing just to go through it. I'd still be paying $30 less per game if so. So as a consumer, you can still have a pretty great deal on your hands if you don't mind losing the ownership of games, which you're kind of already doing with Stadia in many ways. It's not like you can resell the games you buy on Stadia. That's kind of one of the downsides of the platform. But if you see things in the way that you're paying for a service that gives you access to games, then you're gonna have a hell of a lot more money at the end of the year. And it also doesn't mean you can't buy the games you really plan on playing a lot. A game like Destiny 2, for example, is a game that I always keep up to date with and play on a consistent basis. Same goes with a game like Call of Duty, a heavy multiplayer focused game that me and my friends play all the time. Games like those are the ones that I'll be using my $60 on to purchase outright because I know I'll keep coming back to it throughout the whole year. Now I know this video hasn't been too heavily related with Stadia, but I felt it was important to mention it. Mainly because services like these you can really take advantage with that system. You've always had the complaint that I don't own the game when I'm subscribed to a service, but with Stadia you don't own it anyways, so you shouldn't have that fear. Not only that, but it works as a pretty awesome safety net if you have a fear of Stadia failing. If you were paying with subscriptions, it's not like you've been investing as heavily as you would be buying out every single game that catches your eye. And not only that, but it's a pretty good tip in general for those of you who want to save some money on your gaming hobby. Yes, I do understand it can be annoying putting your credit card info then canceling it over and over again, but if you're saving a couple $100s a year for a few simple clicks, why not? Oh, and how could I forget the benefit that if you're paying for these services on Stadia, they're not tied to just one system. Currently, if you're paying for EA Access Premier on PlayStation, you can't play those games on your PC, you can't play those games on your mobile phone. Hell, you can't even play them on your Xbox One. But with Stadia, you're going to be able to transfer over and play on any display you want for the same price that they're paying, which is a huge benefit if you think about it. Anyways, that pretty much sums up today's video. I know it's not too Stadia focused, but I'll be back tomorrow with something much more related with Stadia. I just figured that this is a neat topic to talk about because of the whole ownership of games fear people have. Not only that, but I'm hoping that some of you can save money this way, because I know I will and have been with EA Access already. I used to buy Battlefield every year, I used to buy Need for Speed every year. That doesn't happen anymore. $30 and I get to enjoy both as well as every other big game they released that year. Now I just want to give a big shout out to the Gen S family who's been supporting this channel on the comments section and on Twitter. You guys have been amazing. And until next time, I'll catch you in the clouds. Peace.